I'm here at the First Baptist Church here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and we are collecting data for their centennial that is approaching in 2017. And I'm here speaking with
Jean Southerland.
Hi, Jean. When did you first become a member of the First Baptist Church here in Santa Fe?
We joined in March 1972.
Who influenced you to make the decision to become a member to First Baptist Church here in Santa Fe?
Well, we were previously members at Glorieta Baptist Church out at Glorieta. And we had 3 children. And we decided after 18 months that our children wasn't getting the training that they really needed in church life. And so we made up our minds that we would come and join this church because there were children and more people to fellowship with.
Okay. Since your time that you've been here, in what organization or groups have you been involved with?
Well, I've always been in Sunday school. Then I've always been involved in missions. I was involved in missions from the time I was 20 years old. And I joined the mission team here in our church. And I was 11 years president of Fantastic Years, which is our senior group here in our church.
Was your husband part of this church too?
Yes, he was a member, but being a minister, he was out a lot because he preached all around this part of the country. And he also was employed at Glorieta for 20 years. And he also filled in as interim pastor at 2 different times here at this church.
And I believe that your husband's name was Homer, is that correct?
Homer Southerland.
Can you tell me a little bit more about Homer's responsibilities and his contributions to First Baptist Church over the years that he was here?
Well, other than the 2 times that he served as interim pastor, he also served as an interim educational director. The first time under Dan Stallman, and the second time after James Ehrlich, and he was asked to come in and help in that respect because we didn't have but 2 staff members, and the other one was the music director. And so the pastor needed help, and he asked for help at that time.
Can you name those in leadership who have made the biggest impact in church growth?
And I'll always be grateful for Charles Price because he's the one that believed in Sunday school and growing the Sunday school, because that's when the church grew the most in our history so far.
What are your hopes for the next 100 years?
Well, I look back at our history, and our church started with 23 charter members. And I'm sure that back then they didn't know that things would be like they are today. And then when later on the church grew to 60 members, that's when they built their first permanent church building. That was quite an undertaking. I would hope that in our day and time that we would have the faith and the know-how and the zeal to do what those people did so that we can last another 100 years.